Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Zemo, the Dad in DPS, and we are back again with another video. Now, today's video, we are going to talk about 5 things I think that you should be looking forward to when it comes to the Pitt. If you don't know, the Pitt will be coming on the 13th of September, so we are heavily looking forward to that. But before we get into the points, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. So, the first one I want to talk about is the new weapons. Now, one of these weapons is in fact new. The rest of them, not so much. So if you don't know already, we are getting a weapon called the Auto Axe. This is a melee weapon that you literally just hold down the trigger and it will spin and murder. The downside is that it will constantly drain AP while you're using it less. However, the AP drain, as from the test server, has been proven to be relatively minuscule. This applies to all weapons that work this way. So things like the minigun shredder, your rippers, your chainsaws, your Mr. Handy buzzblades, and your drills will all drain AP. On top of that, all the weapons that I just listed, the ones that couldn't previously be legendary, will be. So you're getting rippers, chainsaws, and drills are now potentially legendary droppable on the 13th. Not right this second. Don't log into the game and shout at me. But yeah, these weapons, I've been wanting to get legendary versions for the longest time. They are absolutely funky, absolutely fantastic. I am really looking forward to seeing what crazy stuff we can come up with and seeing what we can do. I could have logged onto the PTS and done all that crap, but I don't want to spoil my fun. I literally don't want to spoil my fun with it. So yeah, I've not really tested many of them. I'm really looking forward to testing them and making videos about them on the actual live servers where we know that the thing is actually in-game and not potentially going to get unpatched or repatched or something getting done with it or changed. So I'm waiting for the live game. It's going to be really interesting. I'm hoping it's going to be cool. Now, number 2 on our list is going to be a new area to explore. Now, obviously, if you are under a rock and haven't been looking up stuff about expeditions, we are going to be going to the Pitt, and this area is going to have a kind of daily ops style mission scenario that you go in, complete some objectives, and then you leave. Now, the thing about this new area is you can't just go to it whenever you want. You have to build up a charge on a battery, go to the expedition, go there, do your thing, and that's all fine and well, but it does add a kind of better note to it. I really like exploring areas and looking for Easter eggs and all that kind of thing. This is the kind of thing, if you find a group of people that are willing to go there and just look around, I think you're going to have a lot of fun. I think if you go into expeditions with the whole mentality of get in, get out, leave, you're going to have a bad time, because a lot of people are going to drag their heels, smell the roses, and just generally look at this place. And I think that's a good thing. I think we should take our time with it, because the more we rush it, the sooner we'll get sick of it. This is a factor I have to stress to people. Don't rush the content too much. Don't get me wrong, if you're farming for stuff, yes, you can farm to get stuff and all that kind of thing. But don't rush the content, because I think you will find yourself feeling a little bit burnt out quite early on. But yeah, I'm looking forward to exploring the Pitt, seeing all the cool things in there, seeing the new kind of missions. And the thing about the expedition system is it opens up a whole new avenue of things that are going to happen. There is the potential that we are going to different places. There's different missions with each place, but there's potential that we could go to the Capital Wasteland, that we could go to New Vegas, that we could go to Point Pleasant. You know, there's so much potential for what expeditions could do in the long term. In the short term, I think it might be an issue, but long term, I think we're going to get a lot of content that is relatively easy to pump out in comparison. It's just they need the infrastructure to have expeditions be the thing. There's so many different things that we can potentially do with it after that point, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how it goes, but we'll see what happens. Now, number 3 on this list is the new item sets and rewards. Now, with any new expansion and new content, we will get a new set of rewards, and expeditions are no different. You get a set of rewards from completing the expeditions, as well as a new currency that's going to allow you to purchase new rewards from NPCs at White Springs. Now, this adds a kind of nuance to it that yes, you can farm your expeditions in order to get these coins, and then trade it in for better and better rewards. It will take a long time to get all the rewards, so you need to prioritize specifically what you want on each character, otherwise you are going to have a bad time. But there is that new kind of content of that. It does have the downside of any currency based system that it is to an extent time gated. I mean, you can in theory do expeditions from the start of the day to the end of the day. You just need to find people that can take you to that expedition. Each person can create one battery a day, but each person can take 3 others with them. So in theory, you can do it an unlimited amount of times within the time scale, obviously. But it depends on how that's going to affect you mentally. So, you know, guys, don't burn yourself out on expeditions. As I said in the previous point, smell the roses, you know, take some time. The new rewards aren't going anywhere. You will get them eventually. It's just a case of a grind. And I don't mind a grind in a video game. However, there are a lot of people that are going to be like, oh! And to you guys, I say, you're going to have a bad time. Either way. Now, the next point, more group-based content. Now, this kind of encompasses several of the points that we've went into. I am a very big advocate of group-based content. I know there's quite a few people out there that like to play the game as a solo player game. I don't think that's a wrong way to play the game. I just don't think it's for me. I play games like this because I want to play with people. I'll be honest, I love playing single player games, but I get bored very quickly in comparison to when I'm playing with people. I very much enjoy playing with my friends in video games, and when I stream, when I do kind of things, I find so much more enjoyment because you guys motivate me and, you know, keep me company, and it helps me play the game. When I am on my own, it's a little bit more difficult. It's a little bit more difficult to figure out what's going on, and, you know, I need to use my own brain power, and it just, yeah, I lose interest very quickly in comparison. So more group content, more things I can play with my friends is a great addition to the game, and I'm heavily endorsing it. Now, the last point that I would say you should be looking forward to is the return of the responders. And the reason I say this is we have a lot of factions in-game that have died. You know, from the start of the Fallout 76 story, we heard of the responders, we heard of the Free States, we heard of the Brotherhood and all the other crackpots, you know, the Raiders, all these kind of things. And we never really got to see them in their prime or in any real tangible state other than from holotapes and the NPCs they added in Wastelanders, which are basically as much a proper responder as we are. We kind of just wandered in and went, I'm a responder now. We're not proper responders. We didn't deal with the responder stuff. We aren't, you know, members of the fire brigade or the ambulance service or the police. You know, it's very much a case of we aren't actual responders. Having the responders come back into game is a massive thing, and I think it leads into the thing that the Brotherhood obviously started by coming back, is that we are potentially going to see more and more new / old factions come back. Having somebody from Free States or a group of people from Free States pop up because they've had a bunker hidden and something's unleashed it. You know, there's gonna be new faction, old faction coming back at some point. It's going to be interesting, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what type of content that comes out with. Obviously, we're going to see a lot of Atomic Shop-based stuff come out of the Pitt. So there's a lot of different things that are coming in the future, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what Bethesda comes up with. I do complain about the slowness of them bringing out new content, and I think rightly so. It's taken them a lot longer to bring this DLC out than they originally intended. The Pit has been teased, and all these kind of things have been running around for a long time. And I think people are rightly angry when they say Bethesda isn't bringing out content fast enough, because at the end of the day, they want us to continue playing and spending money on the game. To spend money on the game, you have to justify it by giving us content. and I think they've been a little bit slow with that. So having new content to play is very exciting, and I am looking forward to it profusely. It'll keep my attention for a good while in comparison, and hopefully we get a big influx of new and old players back to test out some shenanigans with the Pitt. So that was today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, comment and subscribe. If you'd like to support the channel further, you can buy our merchandise, as you can see on the screen, at the Teespring link down below, as well as our super thanks button on all of our videos. On top of that, we also have our coffee QR code on screen, and you can become a channel member. And on the note of the members, let's thank them. So, let's thank the Chosen Undead. First we have Golty, Dealfane Gaming, the BDP, Bubba Diddle Mom, Scott S, TFE Archive, Philip Duda, Cole, PT Buns, and Peggy McKnight, as well as our Dad's Army members, who are Wyatt Blackburn, Wallers, me, Colin G, Matasmo, Numpty, Sickleman, James Colsford, Prophet 7.back, Countryboy Stevens, Reaper Gaming 92, Victrix, Evil Rat, and Folly Vora Zenafra. Thank you very much to each and every one of you. It's really appreciated your support. And yeah, so I put this video out mainly as a kind of thing to help people out if they didn't really know anything about the Pitt. It is going to be releasing in just over 2 weeks, so just keep that in mind. And these are the things that I pretty much are really looking forward to, and some points I wanted people to know. Either way, guys, I'll catch you next time in the Wasteland.